Good evening. Now your STV News, including the headlines for air. A woman has appeared at Aberdeen Sheriff Court charged with murder. Officers found 65-year-old Alan Cowie's body at a property on Alexander Terrace in the Tillydrone area on Wednesday morning. 52-year-old Sharon Massey made no plea and was remanded in custody. Mr Cowie's family said they were shocked and saddened. A teaching union is warning it's prepared to take industrial action unless pay is substantially improved this year. The EIS say a rise below inflation would be unacceptable. It's calling for salaries to be restored to what it calls pre-austerity levels. Negotiations are due to get underway later this month.
We're now at a situation where we're beginning to see a crisis develop around teacher recruitment. And our members have decided that enough is enough, and 2018 is a year in which we'll be pushing for some level of restorative pay award.
9 of Scotland's 14 NHS boards employ no child bereavement counsellors, according to figures obtained by Scottish Labour. They say that in NHS Lanarkshire, the one bereavement counsellor had 489 referrals due to miscarriage, stillbirth and neonatal since 2012. The Scottish Government says it fully recognises the important work of child bereavement charities. A new plan that will try to tackle climate change and its effects on the Scottish coastline is being launched this month. Dynamic Coast will use cutting-edge technology to map areas at risk of flooding and develop plans to manage coastal change before it's too late.
They'll be looking at specific areas, including Montrose, St Andrews, Skara Brae, where we already know there are some real issues, with a view to not just forecasting the problem, but also discussing the potential solutions. So there'll be a lot of collaborative work done with SEPA, local authorities and local communities as well.
New car sales in Scotland fell by almost 22% in December compared to the same month last year. New figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders also show that new car registrations were down 8% for 2017. The sales fall is being attributed to declining business and consumer confidence and follows 2 years of record sales. An investigation is underway after a project designed to help people with disabilities was vandalised. The Kelpie Cafe at Banff Castle in Aberdeenshire was broken into last night. During the raid, thieves smashed through a painting entitled The Hanging of Macpherson, which was on loan to the cafe. The north of Scotland's ski centres are gearing up for a bumper weekend as plummeting temperatures look set to result in ideal snow sport conditions. Hundreds are expected to hit the slopes with cold temperatures and more of the white stuff expected to fall in the Cairngorms overnight. Ski centre bosses say the first weekend of 2018 looks set to continue a strong start to the Scottish snow sports season. And the main stories in air. A tanker has overturned in icy conditions, forcing a busy stretch of road in Ayrshire to close. Emergency services were called to the A713 between Waterside and Dalmellington in East Ayrshire after the tanker overturned at 7:35 this morning. Officers closed the road, telling commuters to avoid the area. And Ayr United have completed their signing of former Stranraer captain Stephen Bell on an 18-month deal. The 32-year-old is set to go straight into the team to play Arbroath at Somerset Park on Saturday. Well, that's all we have time for just now. Here's the weather forecast. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
TUI sponsors STV Weather. TUI sponsors STV Weather.